Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to talk to you about blending. There's always lots of questions about, well, what oils do I mix together? It's with everything being so new to everyone, it's hard to decide and it can be overwhelming. So I just want to go over a few things, and you're always welcome to contact me with questions. So anyway, we'll get started. If you have a book from me that I've either given you or you've purchased on your own, go ahead and grab it, because I'm going to be going over how to use the books and show you what I do when I am mixing up a blend. So this is one of the books, Modern Essentials. Sorry that it's backwards. So you can either get it online, you can get it from me, or you may have gotten it as a gift from me. So that's one of them. Here's the other one. This one's called The Essential Life. So they're a little different, and I always get the question, well, which book do I like better? And really it depends on what I'm doing and kind of my mood for the day, which one I like better. This book is super easy, I think, to find things in, but it doesn't give you a lot of like recipe type things. It'll give you a few, but you have to decide what oils you want to blend together yourself. So some people just want to be given their recipes, and that's why this book is great. You can also choose which oils you want to mix up with this book too. I just find this one a little bit harder to do that with. And also it can be frustrating for me to find things in here because this other book is alphabetical. The blue one's alphabetical. This one's by subject. So I find it sometimes more difficult to find stuff in this one. So it just depends on how much time I have and what the issue is that I'm looking up. So here are some resources, and you can find them all in my Facebook group under the Files tab that you will need or you might find handy for blending. So one of them is the dilutions chart. So I know that I have uploaded this. I'll probably upload another version of it as well. So to read the dilutions chart, you have to know what size bottle you have if you're going to use the dilutions chart to mix your own up. This is if you're mixing your own. So this is a 10 milliliter bottle. So you find 10 ml on here, which is right here. And then these are the different strengths over here on the side. And then it tells you how many drops you need of each. So for a 5% dilution in a 10 ml bottle, you need 15 drops. So if you want 10% solution, you need 30 drops in here. So anyway, that's this chart. That's how you read this chart. And so for my kids, my kids now, 3 of the 4 of them are in the 6 to 15-year-old range. So the recommended dilutions for them are 1.5 to 3%. So I go with 3%. So I come up here and say, oh, okay, so I can put up to 9 drops of essential oil in here and use it topically on my kids. So that's how I do it. When I had a baby, because I used them when my youngest was a baby, I know it was like 1 drop. I don't even have to look. I remember it was like 1 drop for one of these, and then we moved up to 3 drops for one of these, and now we're up to 9 drops. So anyway, that's how you use the dilutions chart. If you have any questions, feel free to post it below. Another thing that's very handy, and sometimes I handed this out, but I will also upload this because I don't think I have uploaded this, and I do need to do a revised version. So a lot of people will say, oh no, the doTERRA, I can't find DigestZen in the book. Well, that's because the people who write the book can't use the doTERRA names. So this is a cheat sheet. It'll be uploaded in the Files tab of my Facebook group. I can also email it to you if you need it, or message it to you. So it just gives you the name in the book with the doTERRA name. You can also find it in the product guide or on the bottle. Like DigestZen will say digestive blend. Breathe will say respiratory blend. So those are the names that are in the book. Respiratory blend, that kind of thing. balance is the grounding blend. So in the book, it'll say grounding blend for balance. And I finally got a list of recipes uploaded for you guys. So that's in the files tab. This recipe sheet that I have, all of these recipes I have either tried and used personally, or people that I know have tried and said, this is great, I love this recipe. So all of these have been tried. So these are all the recipes that I think are super fantastic. Eventually I will upload more, but they will be ones that I just think look good and I haven't tried yet. So I wanted to get you out the ones that I knew that worked first, so that you had those. Okay, so how do I blend? Well, let me tell you a little bit about how aromatherapists blend. So each essential oil is classified into a different note. And so there's top notes, middle notes, and base notes. So aromatherapists like to use an oil from each category because that way the smell stays around longer. Like the top note oils, which are all citrus oils are top notes. So their scent dissipates quickly. And then middle notes are like frankincense, basil. And then base notes are things like vetiver and cedarwood. And if any of you have any of those oils at home, you can definitely tell what I mean by just opening up and smell them. Like the cedarwood and vetiver are super, super strong, and you're just kind of like, wow. And the smell does hang around longer. So that's how aromatherapists blend. They like to have oil from each category, because that way the smell stays around longer and you get different strong smells at different points as they dissipate. So I blend for what the oil can do for you, like what the oil can do for me. I want it to work for whatever it is I'm blending for. So that's how I blend. Anyway, so if I'm mixing my own oils, I go for this book. And in the back, there, in alphabetical order, is a section of ailments. So you just decide what you want to look up, and it'll give you a list of oils that you're going to use for that. So anyway, I just happened to flip through, and I'm in the digestive system. So that is, there's general oils for the digestive system over here. And then there's specific oils for like constipation. That was wonderful what I picked. But anyway, so there's specific oils. And if any of you have this book, you'll see that the oils are broken up into 3 different colors. There's the red ones, the yellow ones, and the green ones. So the red oils are the primary oils they suggest for the problem you're looking up. And then the yellow are the secondary, and then the green are the last oils. The funny thing is, I like to make sure I get, or try to anyway, get an oil out of, at least one oil out of each category, because there's just research that the oils work better together, and really every anecdotal evidence also points to that. So for constipation, because that's what I found here, the primary oils are Digestive Blend, which is DigestZen, marjoram, peppermint, lemon, and rosemary. And then the second oils are ginger, fennel, and orange. And then the last ones are rose, juniper berry, and sandalwood. So if I was looking up something for constipation, actually, I always recommend wild orange and DigestZen. So that would actually be the primary oil and the secondary oil right there. And then if I wanted to pick something else, I would pick something maybe out of the green category. So whatever I happen to have, if I didn't have any of those, I wouldn't pick any of those. I would pick one of the other oils that I do have. So, like I have rosemary. I could put rosemary or lemon in and then peppermint I know is great for digestion too. So anyway, I'd pick out the oils that I want to use, and then I would go to the dilutions chart and decide how many drops I wanted total. How many drops I wanted total. So like if I was mixing it up for the kids, it would be 9 drops. And say I had Digestin, wild orange, and then if I wanted to throw in something else like ginger or fennel, so that maybe would be 4. So I would put 2 drops of each and then add an extra drop of Digestin, because that's the primary one that I know would be great for digestive issues. Okay, so that's how I use this book. And if you want me to go over more in depth, you can send me a message. I'm happy to record something else. And also, like I said, I'm hoping to do a live version of this at some point so that you can ask questions. Now with this book, okay, well, let me go back to this book because, well, I love this book, I do. So anyway, I just want to talk about frankincense for a minute. And well, I opened up to lavender. So lavender is great for so many things too. See this big long list of things that lavender is good for? I have a tendency when I'm blending to throw in frankincense. If I probably wouldn't do it for a digestive issue, but for lots of things, like if it's immune, you know, if it's anything for immune, you know, like sick. If you're sick, I throw in frankincense. I just do. It's great for your immune system in more than one way. So that's probably part of the reason why I love it so much. And it crosses the blood-brain barrier. So we really can't go wrong with just throwing in some frankincense if there's something going on in your body that you need it to work with. So frankincense. Well, it's also great for your skin. So, yep, I don't see anything about any kind of digestive issues. So with that, I probably wouldn't throw it in. But it does have breathing. So actually when I do, like, would do a cough blend, so you can, once you get to know your oils a little bit too, you don't even have to go to the book. Like you can grab something quick. Like if I was mixing up a cough blend and I didn't have time to look it up, I could grab frankincense and breathe and put them together and they would be great. So that kind of thing too. And I just want to point this out. I'm not talking about frankincense because it's an expensive oil, because there's other oils that I love that are way more expensive than frankincense. So frankincense is only 28 cents a drop. So you need to decide if you can spend 28 cents or 56 cents or however many drops you put in your rollerball, if that's worth it to you to put in. And for me, it is. Like I can spend $1 or less, like 28 cents. I can spend 56 cents on putting frankincense in for my kids, you know, that kind of stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that so you could think about it. Okay, so this beautiful book, and it's a beautiful, beautiful book. So it's by topic. Well, at the beginning, of course, there's a quick reference guide, so you can look up things quickly. I don't find it to be as comprehensive, which it can't because there's a little section in the front, as the blue book. But there is a quick reference guide that you can look stuff up quickly in the front of this book. So, and it just gives you some ideas. And as I'm looking, I see that there is something I need to cover in the blue book. So I'll go back to that in a little bit. And then there's single oils, and then it moves on to blends and supplements and stuff like that. So you can look some stuff up just that way, but I spend a lot of time in the topic section. Let's look up energy, because I don't know anything about that. So let's look at energy, because that would be fun for me to look at. So in the energy and vitality section, it always gives you some great information here in the first part of it and just talks to you about it, different things that have to do with energy and vitality. And then it'll go into like related properties and conditions. So those places are where they list the single oils that you can choose from to make your own blends in this book. So right here. So here it says related properties, antidepressant. So here's some great antidepressant oils. Frankincense being one of them. Let's see. Oh, they do have, they have lemongrass. I'm surprised they don't have more citrus oils, but it's probably, I don't know. It's probably, they just don't consider them antidepressant. I'm not sure. So I consider them uplifting. I mean, they are uplifting. So anyway, it says basil, bergamot, clary sage, coriander, dill, frankincense, geranium, jasmine, lemongrass, oregano, sandalwood, wild orange, oh, there's one, and ylang ylang for antidepressant. It's a related property to energy and vitality. And then it says specific conditions. Well, just conditions. Well, jet lag. Let's pick jet lag. Geranium, grapefruit, patchouli, peppermint, cellular complex blend, which I would have to look up. I think that might be DDR prime. Encouraging blend, which I would have to look up too. That might be cheer. Okay, so if you want to mix your own blends in here, you have to just pick out what oils you want. In the other book, it gives you different colors and you can pick out ones from each color. This one, you just have to know which oils you want to try out together. You can also get out the oils that you have, put them together and see if you like the smell of them together. Would be another way for that. So in this book, I primarily use it for its recipes. It has lots of recipes, and that's why I use this book. So mid-afternoon slump buster, because that's definitely when I get my slumps, or after lunch. And it says 15 drops peppermint, 20 drops wild orange in a 15 ml bottle. So you can save one of your old empty bottles and just mix it in there if you want to. So you fill the remainder with a carrier oil, probably fractionated coconut oil or olive oil, anything that's a liquid oil all the time. Apply to the back of the neck, rub into base of the skull, swipe across forehead near hairline, and inhale. So that is the mid-afternoon slump buster. So that's how I use this book. Anyway, I also really like the recipes at the back. There's first aid stuff, there's pets, there's personal care. So I find the back of the book to be really fun. There's stuff for guys. Yep. I like that too. Musky deodorant, antifungal foot roll-on, shoe deodorizer, spice cologne. I can't help it. It's fun. Shaving cream, aftershave. So, as you can see, I love both books. I can't help it. I wanted to go back to this one because I wanted to talk about, you just have to read the keys. So they have like all these pictures that you have to interpret in this book. So the little hand means topical, and they have a key. They'll tell you this, but the little hand means topical. The little wavy lines means aromatic. And then this wouldn't have any internal. Oh, here's internal right here. The little drop means internal. So when you're looking something up, it's telling you, I want you to use the focus blend, which is in tune, topically and aromatically. That's how so they tell you right there, that's how you should be using that for concentration. So anyway, that's another way that you use this book. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. And yes, just message me your questions and we will set up a time to do this live. So you guys can just get your books together and questions and we'll have a little blending party. Okay, thanks. Bye.